Okay, welcome back once again, I'm Capinos here. Welcome back to Starcraft 2. This is from one of the Blizzard tournaments that I was playing the other day. It's a pretty good game, so I think it was anyway. I can't much remember about it, to be honest, but we'll see. So up here in the northeast, we have my opponent. This is Mischi, playing as Terran. Hang on, just going to move my mic a little bit. There we go. And down here in the southwest, we have myself playing Zerg. Okay, so I kind of stuffed up a little bit my normal build order here. I haven't gone for the extractor trick, which is my normal thing. So we're just going to get the overlord up. Okay, so this little guy to make my expansion. There we go. Miski is got supply depot and a barracks up. Going for early gas. Okay. And I'm just sending out this just to keep an eye for cheese and things like that. So, excuse me. This is Monday, so this is Christmas Eve. Hope everyone's having a good Christmas out there. If you celebrate it, and if you don't, oh well. Hope you're having a good week. I'm not a major celebrator. The only reason I do these days really is because I've got kids. But hey ho, it's life, isn't it? So let's have a look. And this week as well, yeah, it'll be mostly carrying on with Ethiopia. Now in EU4, obviously as I said on there, the file corrupted. Well, it didn't corrupt, sorry, the update screwed it. So it basically had half of Spain unoccupied, so that would have been a pain in the ass. So yeah, probably better just to cancel it off. Okay, so here we go, we have gas, we have the last of that about to pop. And what we've got here, we've got our overlord just moving into position. Okay, so he's getting a tech lab on this one. And a reactor on that one. Okay, so we're pushing out up to, when these are finished, up to 3 marines at a time. And of course, obviously, stim, combat shield, mortar slow if you want to go for that. What have we got here? We have another rack, so we have 3 racks pressure coming up, and we have one of these at the back. Okay. I'm sending in my overlord, just to have a quick look. Second marine is about to pop out. If we go to Cappy Action Cam. Okay, so we see that. We see 2 barracks. We didn't see the 3rd, but at this point, to be honest, this is enough of a tell. We don't need to see any more. We know there's going to be pressure coming. So what do? We send this overlord just to here to watch for it. And in response, we build lings, and lots of them. Not working on speed yet. I've kind of fucked that up here. Miski is getting stim. He has 5 marines. He has a 3rd rack's almost finished with another reactor. So yeah, this is going to be... I'm surprised. There we go, 1-1. So he's going to go for 1 attack. He's going to go for a 1 attack push. But thankfully, thanks to this little overlord, I should see it coming. Putting another queen. Finally getting speed. It's not here yet, so I can afford to build out a little bit. And I haven't seen it any attack leaving yet. So I'm sending out my overlord here. Where's this one going? Just here. Again, high ground, just to keep an eye on to watch for things coming up the ramp. Okay, so we've seen that leaving. Now, we don't have this base here yet. We have my macro hatch on the way. I have a couple of spores, because I know what Terran are like. And in production, I have 12 more lings. Let's have a look. So units, 17 marines, 2 marauders. With a couple of marines trickling across. Is that going to be enough to take on 24 lings? We'll soon see. I've hidden most of my lings at the back. Because I don't want him to realise I know exactly what's coming. So we pull back and we wait. Yeah, he's going to engage the queen there. Lings come up, mass lings. Push him into a corner. Queen up the top as well. There we go. Lots of dead Terran. That is how we defend that push. The scout gave it away exactly what he was doing. And so by the time we got across the map, I was in a position to defend. Now we've built up a massive swarm of lings again. We have more in production. He's going to try and build a wall to stop me from getting in, which is probably the best tactic he could do right now, but he's left a big hole in it. So we're going to kill that, make sure that bunker doesn't finish. Don't really want this to finish either if I can avoid it. Kill him. Remove these. Basically, I just want to make sure there isn't another base for them to go to. And we're going to just cause as much problems as we can down here. We aim pin him back as hard as we can. And leave. Now at the moment, if we check our income levels, I'm slightly ahead. I'm now moving to start mining down here. I'm just moving around to make sure he doesn't have a ninja expansion. He also cut a lot of workers to try and get that push out. I'm building my baneling nest. This here though is going to cause problems, but especially for that marauder. But basically, because there's just so much stuff here, it's going to be hard for me to bust my way through. And if we take a look at my camp, what do we know?
Workers are so untidy.
Thanks, John. There we go. What does he see? He knows about that hatch. Other than that, he knows nothing. We're starting to mine through. We need to expand and get an economy up here. But we've got enough banelings here to do a lot of damage. And pop, there we go. Banelings waddling through. We're gonna head up and we're gonna bust. There you go, cause mischief, cause mayhem. Get in and eat. Now this push is not intended to win the fight. What it is intended to do is just cause him trouble. We're gonna hide in the corner, we're gonna try and turn him into banelings, but he's gonna find them. Which is annoying, but we've seen everything he has. Oh, didn't quite make it out, but we've got plenty more banelings where that one came from. We're still ahead. Let's have a look. What's he going to do now? So in production, he's rebuilding his tech lab and his reactor. Still got a reactor on this, producing a couple of marines. He's now going for a 1 armor upgrade. Now I still don't even have my spawning pools up, but let's face it, at the moment that doesn't really make too much of a difference. We'll go for mass banelings again. Wait for these to pop. He's building another command center here, so he's planning to expand. What am I waiting for here? Got 10 more lings in production. What am I doing? Let's have a look. Cap cam. Oh, I'm expanding, that's why. Okay, preparing to expand down there. Send more lings across. Now he's getting a tank up, so now realistically this is going to shut down a baneling bust. If the tank gets out, then this baneling bust is going to be shut down if it doesn't get up there in time. But here they come. And that just ploughed through quite nicely. Now then, what did we see on the way through? We know that's there now. Build more banelings. We have a trail of banelings leading all the way home. But this tank is up now, so realistically the amount that we can get done now is pretty negligible. We are going for baneling speed. We're starting to get some extra gas up, which is a good idea. And I really should have pulled out after that as soon as I saw that tank show, but you know, never mind. We lost a lot more resources, but the amount of damage we've done to him, he's stopped being able to build. He's not able to expand. We've expanded on the back, so it's not like I've been sat there just keeping an eye on all of this. Just need to get the gas up and running in here and get more workers down here in production. Now I have got a couple more lings, but other than that, we've got a lot of drones now, so we're starting a drone transfer. Another drone down here. Where's he going? He's going all the way over here. So that's going to be our fourth. Fifth hatch, fourth base. In production, 8 more lings. 3 for there. 3 for there. And 2 that will head down here. This guy is still just keeping an eye out. Building another bunker, so he's going to hammer down here. Which, again, I can see. But at the moment, to be honest, I'm not worried about him expanding here. I'm really not. Because he's very limited in how many units he can have. If we take a look at the supply over here, I mean, I've got a massive supply lead. I'm building another crap ton of lings. There we go. So we know where he is. We know what he's doing. We know he has a tank hiding somewhere. We know his wall's not complete. He knows we're here. Send them in. Didn't quite get anywhere, and my mouse has gone to sleep. There we go. But never mind. So on the back of this, we are still expanding. Still haven't got my Evo chambers up yet. So he finally gets my overlord. So that's my scouting now denied. At least for the minute. But we know what he's going for. He's going for basically Marine Marauder tank. Changing things up a bit now. He's going for a reactor. I mean, the main thing he could have done here that would have really stuffed me up a bit would have been to send like a ranged lib just to sit here. Cause a few issues. But he didn't really. Okay, I'm finally getting my wall up and running, so I'll finally start catching up on upgrades, which at the moment he has the lead in. But I've got far and away the army supply lead. This guy got to the party late. He's scanning, he'll see the edge of my army, and he'll see this. Where's that scan? There, so now he knows I've got this base as well. There you go, that's building my spine net. Evo chamber, melee upgrades on the way. We've got 96 lings at the minute. That's a fair roll to well. And in production, we've got a spire and an infestation pit. The infestation pit is basically just so I can get hive tech. I need to start using corruptors more than I do really. Not corruptors, oh, bugger, what are they called? Infestors. Oh, dickhead, they come from an infestation pit. What else are they going to be called? Okay, I'm expanding down here as well. And I haven't got the overlord speed just yet, but it is working on it. He's coming out. He's going to go over here. Just so we can see the... Okay, we have a marine drop. It's not going to do anything. We're just going to follow this drop for a bit. Hello. Now where's he going? This is what Terran is good at if it's done right. All he's got in here though, unfortunately, is a load of marines, so... And he's flying right. He can't drop because he'll get killed. He can't not drop because he'll get killed. So there we go. He did see a fair amount. Now if we take a look, if we pause that a sec. If we take a look at Whiskey Cam. So he knows about that, he knows about that, he knows about that. So he knows I've got a Baning Nest, a Spire. You can see that's a lair. So he doesn't know about the infestation pit. I could probably make a fair assumption. He knows about this base here. He does not know about this one. So I've got 3 bases mining quite happily. At the moment, he's way behind. He's ahead of, probably ahead a little bit on tech. But yeah, at the moment I'm still only on Lingbane. I've now got a few mutas into play, which I don't think he knows about just yet. Okay, so we've got 10 mutalisks. Not bad, really. Okay, so he's starting to move out into the centre of the map. And at the time he moves, his only anti-air really, other than Marines, we strike at the back with 10 Mutalisks. We took a few pot shots at that, and then we're just going to pull away. Save our Mutalisks. And now he's going to start overreacting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plenty there. Spill any at the back here? No, but then he hasn't really got anything left there now. Completely surround that. Kill it. Hi guys. Corruptors are out now. Corruptors will make very short work of Miski's air force. But now we're going to retreat. We're outnumbered. So in production we now have 2-2 and we have a lot more links, but you know, we're losing a lot more than him, but at the moment we can afford to. We've knocked his supply right back down. We killed an awful lot of his units. Most of these are going off for us. Don't know why my mic keeps turning away from me today. Have I done something to upset you, microphone? Sorry about that. Okay. So, where was I? Yeah, we smashed our way into his wall, so now he's got to use resources rebuilding. So it's not just a case of how many he's lost, he's had to rebuild this a few times as well. So, now he's expanding over here. Now he's going to touch down his command centre here. Now we're moving back across, we've got 2-2 on the way, we've got more gas on the way, he's building a planetary. Now the problem with planetaries is they can't shoot up, and corruptors, contrary to popular opinion, can shoot down with their corruptibility. They can target, mostly they're only really good at buildings, but they can hit them quite hard. So my banelings are going to come in and just cause all sorts of trouble with this, take out these turrets, is the plan. Corruptors are just going to corrupt this, it's dead before it finishes, and we retreat. We're now going for HEAVE. Let's check the income. That says it all. I can afford, let's have a look, what's here? I can afford to lose over double the resources that he has. And I haven't. I'm checking for ninja bases again. And in production here, we're going for Burrow. I'm not quite sure why I wanted Burrow. I was planning something. I think I was planning on leaving a few baning landmines around the place, but I decided against it, I think. I can't remember now, to be honest. Okay. Yep, we saw that. On the way past. Obviously, it's on the map now. And I do use my minimap quite a bit. We're expanding this far out. So we know now he's pinned back on 3 bases. Because we know he's not here. We know he's building there. So, now the thing about these bases is they're all well and good, but if you haven't got workers there, and you can't transfer workers in, it kind of don't really mean anything. We've got extra workers here, because we're an idiot. There we go. This guy's coming down here to expand. Oh, excuse me. At least he will be when I remember. Getting 3-3 now. My greatest bar's on the way, my Ultralist Cavern. There we go, expansion complete. We're taking another one, so that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 base Zerg. At this point, his little setup is not going to keep up with me. Here we go, he's starting to upgrade there. But when you look at the units we got, oh yeah, and we're getting the adrenal glands for the Zerglings as well. He's got a couple of tanks, a Liberator, 21 Marines. He hasn't got a lot. And what he has got, we know we can destroy. We've done it before. Admittedly, this time the guns are going to be up. Because last time we squished it before it got the cannon up. And this thing here... Oh, noes. We're going to break off our links. So he's sitting here. To be honest, at this point I've got so much money banked that all this is doing is freeing up supply for more links. For more units, more banelings, more links. There we go. And there we go. This is what we wanted the room for. Now we're building broodlords. And ultras. Ultras in production. We're getting ultra speed. Didn't have quite enough gas to get chitinous plating. But now we do. There we go. And so when all that appears, we'll have fully upgraded. Once these are done, we'll have fully upgraded ultras, backed up by broodlords, as well as Lingbane Corruptor. So if it's on the floor, I'm going to crush it. If it's in the air, I'm going to kill it. We're using our lings just to eat through this rock, just to make life easier for us to get around a bit. And the reason why specifically lings is I certainly don't want F2 it and get my banelings into it. We could have pushed over here and popped up there as well, but what's the point? So we're going to move here. We know there's nothing here, so we're quite happy. Now this little force, unfortunately, for him, chitinous plating is on the way. 3-3 is almost finished. I think we're going to hit just before 3-3 finishes. Ultras at the front, wrecking stuff. Why did I pull back there? Oh, tanks. That was it. And these things are very good now against massive, so... He killed a couple more. What do we do? Bang. There you go. Have some of that. We're just going to bombard him now from range with our broodlords. We're going to bring broodlords in. Drop more here. Now the biggest problem he's got here is he can't push forward because he knows this is here. He can't sit back because the broodlords will end him. So he sends this out, hoping that I haven't got a lot of anti-air left. But wrong, I've got corruptors. They're admittedly not upgraded corruptors, but they're still here. Now we know this is up here. I'm not worried. What's the point in having a base if you've got no stuff to build with? And here we go. Goodbye, Thor. He's now going to stim in. The biggest problem is he stimmed right through the safety net provided by that. And there is GG. Okay. So let's have a look at what happened there. Okay, first of all, me spotting this build at the start with my overlord. I mean, I know I only spotted the two, but to be honest, it's pretty obvious there was a third at the back. So what did he need to do at that point? Personally, switch tactics, build just a handful of marines, expand, defend here, and then begin to build up. Because you know, as soon as I saw that, I was going to start building to defend, because I knew a push was coming. And yeah, the overlord sat here watching for it, but instead Minsky carried on with that same strategy, and it just wasn't going to work. And then from there, I kept him pinned back, and he never got a chance to pull back into the game. I kept checking for ninja bases to make sure there wasn't any. His drops and run bys just weren't effective enough to cause any damage. So, you know, it was unfortunate, but when he fell behind, he couldn't. I kept pressing ahead and didn't give him time to catch up. He never caught up on supply. At the moment, I mean, take a look, 17 to 188. I've lost, what, 12 supply of units up here. I think that's only a couple of ultras. Let's have a look at units. How many ultras have I got here? 10. Yeah, I think I lost 2 ultras. A couple of ultras, that's it. So, you know, it's not major. I can replace that. All I have to do is press, you know, 1 SU. Yeah, I'm still mining from my bases. I've got plenty of income. I admit at this point, my income is not showing as very high. I think I'm in transfer. Yeah, I've only just transferred down here. So, you know, my income is going to go back up again in a minute. You know, this one's mining out. I've also lost a lot here. I've lost 10 drones down here. But it doesn't matter at the moment. You know, in this game, I've got nearly 3,000 minerals banked, which, let's face it, is ridiculous. But that was saving mostly because I didn't have a lot of gas, but it was also saving for Broodlords, saving for Ultras. So it wasn't a case of having money there for no apparent reason. You know, people say, oh, you always need to spend it. Yes, you do, but at some points I couldn't. So, you know, such is life. His economy wasn't really good enough to sustain all the production that he had. But yeah, I mean, realistically, his biggest mistake was that first push. Once that was defeated and I counterattacked and smashed my way through his expansion, he wasn't coming back from that. He never got onto a third base, and if, you know, he's practically mined out here, he is mined out here, so he's realistically relying on this for income. And I know it's there, so I can just swing around whenever. So that was your biggest problem, Misty. What you should have done there, mate, was at the start of the game, instead of pushing out, as soon as you saw that Overlord come in, as soon as I spotted this second barracks, now I know I didn't spot the third one, but as soon as I spotted that, you should have immediately just expanded, switched, defend down here, move your third barracks down if you want, but build a wall, and then, you know, hold. Because I was waiting for that attack. You could see by the amount of lings I had, if you watch the replay, that I was waiting. You could have even gone for a third, been greedy, because I wasn't planning on pushing out, because I was waiting for this attack to come. So, yeah, there are plenty of options for you, and you just... You picked the wrong one, mate, unfortunately. But that's one of those things. We can all learn from it. The other thing as well is you were using that okay, but you weren't really keeping up on it. You know, a few mule drops here and there would have been helpful. Scans, obviously, to keep an eye on what I was doing. But, you know, if you take a look at what you knew about my base, my main tech, you knew next to nothing. But you knew that was there, 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 you didn't know that. Didn't know half of my tech here. You know, by the end here, I'm spreading all over the place. I mean, my next thing was going to be to sort of spread to here and here and then here and then here, and then by that point, I've literally got... I'm already at half the map. So, you know, so if this push hadn't worked, I can easily rebuild. You know, you're in a position where you can't. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it goes. But yeah, so now let's break down my movement here and see what I did right, see what I did wrong. First of all, what did I do wrong? Again, creep spread. It's better, but it's still not where it needs to be. Spreading out creep is so important for Zerg. Firstly, because it's scouting information. We can see as soon as you step onto it, we can see you. Secondly, we move faster on creep. All units, not just the ones like the Queens who move really, really slow around here. Every Zerg unit fights better and moves faster on creep. So creep is essential to Zerg. Yeah, that was my biggest mistake. Also, I think I could have been a bit earlier with my upgrades and things like that, but at that point I didn't really need them, so I don't think that was a major thing. Creep spread is the main thing I need to work on. What did I do right? My first attack was well timed. My scouting, spotting what I needed to, and my response to that was perfect, I think. Well, maybe not perfect, but it was good enough. It drove back that attack, made him waste a lot of units. Coming up here, smashing all this to pieces with banelings, that was a really good idea. I don't think I should have pushed up here as many times as I did, but obviously I was just trying to cause damage, and if he's repairing these units and buildings, he's not building units, was my theory there. So, yeah, keeping him pushed back. Obviously, finding out about the factory because of the cannon shells, yeah, that's fine. The tech switches, I think, were at the right time, possibly slightly delayed, but, yeah, again, could I have ended this earlier? Probably. With 100 plus lings, I could have just streamed across the map. You know, lots of banelings, blown the doors open and streamed in. I probably could have. I almost did twice. But, yeah, I was holding, I was waiting for this. And then, yeah. Broodlord, Ultra, Ling Corruptor. He wasn't going to hold, not with Bio. So what could I have done differently? Again, just a few tweaks. I think in this case, other than my creep spread, which is just, you know, getting these down quicker, getting my upgrades faster, getting my expansions down at the right time. I was a bit slow on those to begin with. I'd go up towards the end. But yeah, I mean, at this point, I still got one base that's not mining here. Got 3 bases of tar. You know, and I can expand again, but I need to get on top of that creep spread. My creep spread is atrocious at the moment. What could Misky have done differently? Like I said at the beginning, if instead of that big attack, as soon as I spotted it, build a handful of marines and then expand. You know, you should have known that. You should know with Zerg, these high ground positions, specifically this one, and this one, and this one, are perfect for an Overlord, which is why I part one there. I can see everything that you're doing all the way through the game with that Overlord pack. I mean, it took you a while to kill him off. So yeah, I could see everything that you were up to. So as soon as I saw those marines leave that base, I knew you were coming. You took the long route, so, you know, fair enough, you were trying to catch me out there. But by the time you got here, I had a few little lings sat here waiting for you. When you came in, I backed them off. Well, because as soon as you came in, I looped around the back with my main force. You know, lots of lings coming around, pushing you into a corner. From here, yeah, okay, I get a perfect surround, and I've got queens up here shooting you, which doesn't help. That first push pretty much killed you. You spent so many resources and so much time and little resources that you didn't have, because you cut a lot of SCVs to get that. Now, admittedly, with Terran, that's less of a drawback because you got mules, but still, that was a bad plan. And it sort of all culminated in this. You fell behind. By the time you were expanding onto your second, by the time you'd established this with the wall in the way, I was on 4 bases. Yeah, 3 mining, 4, and then I expanded down here. And after when I get a Zerg gets this big, and if you take a look at the units we've got available at the moment, I've got 24. That's 48 lings, and that's without any inject cycles being done, because I've been sloppy and missing them. That's going to take you a lot longer to build 48 units than it will do me, and that could be, 48 lings, could be 24 ultras suddenly popping up in front of you. Could be anything. And that is a bad place to be. But anyway, I am going to leave that there. So again, I hope you enjoyed this one. If you celebrate Christmas, I hope you're looking forward to it, and I hope you have a good one. There will be a video tomorrow. Will be an Ethiopia video. Hoping to have pretty uninterrupted coverage this week. Pretty uninterrupted. I am thinking of getting Rimworld back on. I've had a time out from that. I really enjoyed doing that, so I'll probably put that back up. But we'll see. But anyway, thank you for your time. Again, I've been Cappadocia, signing off.